Imagine a ritual so intense it involves willingly plunging a blade into your own abdomen. This is harakiri. Harakiri, or seppuku as it is also known, is a form of ritual suicide by disembowelment that hails from Japan. This act, while chilling to most, carries a weight of historical and cultural significance that can't be overlooked. It was an act reserved for samurai, the warrior class of feudal Japan. These warriors, bound by a code of honor and duty, would choose to end their lives in this highly ritualized manner. It was seen as a way to die with dignity, to maintain honor, and to avoid capture or disgrace. In a society where honor was held above all else, harakiri was not merely a form of death, but a testament to a samurai's unwavering loyalty and uncompromising principles. The practice of harakiri, while shocking to many, was deeply embedded in the samurai code of honor, known as Bushido. To understand harakiri, we must travel back to the origins of this ritual in feudal Japan. Harakiri, also known as seppuku, has its roots deep in the 12th century, a time of feudal conflict and warrior codes. Its inception is intertwined with the rise of the samurai class, a group of warriors who held their honor above all else. The term itself means belly cutting, a stark description of the act, but behind this lies a complex tapestry of historic and cultural significance. The circumstances that led to the creation of harakiri were largely a product of the era. Feudal Japan was a time of constant warfare, and the samurai lived by the sword. But it was not just about physical prowess. The samurai's honor, their very essence, was paramount. They would rather choose death, a death they could control, than face the dishonor of falling into enemy hands. This is where harakiri comes into play. When a samurai was cornered, with no hope of victory or escape, they could choose to perform harakiri. This was not seen as a mere suicide, but an act of ultimate bravery and integrity. It was a way to control their end, to die with dignity and honor, rather than be subject to the whims of their enemies. Over time, harakiri became an integral part of the samurai code of honor, known as Bushido. It was seen as a way to cleanse one's honor, to make right a wrong, or to protest against injustice. It became a ritual, steeped in tradition and ceremony, a testament to the samurai's unwavering loyalty and honor. But it's important to remember that harakiri was not a common occurrence. It was a last resort, a final act of defiance or atonement. The samurai did not seek death, but when faced with the inevitable, they chose to meet it on their own terms. Harakiri was not just a way to die, it was a testament to the samurai's unwavering loyalty and honor. Harakiri was no spur-of-the-moment act. It was a ceremonial suicide, performed with great solemnity. This ritual was a meticulously planned event, steeped in tradition and symbolism. Every step had a purpose, every action a meaning. To begin, the samurai would be dressed in white robes, symbolizing purity and readiness for death. A final meal would be prepared, after which the samurai would write a death poem, a final testament to his life and spirit. This wasn't a casual scribble, but a piece of art, capturing the essence of the samurai's life and beliefs. At the heart of this ceremony was the Kaishakunin, the second, a person chosen by the samurai himself. The Kaishakunin's role was both an honor and a burden. He was tasked with delivering the final blow, a swift beheading, to end the samurai's suffering after he had disemboweled himself. This act was not one of violence, but of mercy. Harakiri was not a singular act, but rather it could be classified into two types, voluntary and obligatory. Voluntary harakiri was chosen by the samurai, often as a form of protest or to restore honor to his family. Obligatory harakiri, on the other hand, was a sentence handed down by a daimyo or feudal lord as punishment for serious offenses. The ritual was more than the act itself. It was about the samurai's mindset, his determination to face death with dignity and courage. The samurai would plunge the blade into his abdomen, moving it from left to right in a single determined stroke. The pain was intense, but it was also a test of the samurai's resolve. In the end, the harakiri wasn't about death, but about life. It was a statement of the samurai's honor, his commitment to the way of the warrior. Every aspect of the harakiri ceremony was designed to uphold the samurai's honor, even in death. It was a final act of defiance, of bravery, and of unwavering loyalty to the samurai code. As Japan entered the modern era, the practice of harakiri began to wane. This dramatic shift was driven by a confluence of societal changes, political decisions, and external influences. The samurai class, once the backbone of Japanese society, began to lose its prominence. The Meiji Restoration in the late 19th century sought to modernize and centralize Japan, which led to the dissolution of the samurai class. The samurai's social status and privileges were stripped away, and with it, the very foundation of harakiri. The decline of harakiri was also due to the influence of Western thought and culture. As Japan opened its doors to the world, Western values began to permeate Japanese society. The concept of harakiri, which was seen as valuing honor above life, was at odds with the Western emphasis on the sanctity of life. This clash of values played a significant role in the diminishing practice of harakiri. One of the most significant factors, however, was the official ban on harakiri. In 1868, the new Meiji government outlawed the practice. This ban was part of a larger effort to modernize Japan and shed the feudal practices of the past. The government wanted to project an image of a civilized nation to the world, and the brutal ritual of harakiri was seen as a hindrance to this endeavor. It's important to note that while the practice of harakiri declined, the values it symbolized, honor, duty, and sacrifice, continued to resonate within Japanese culture. These values are deeply ingrained and have shaped many aspects of Japanese society, from its art and literature to its social norms and behaviors. With the ban, harakiri faded into history, yet it left an indelible mark on Japanese culture. Despite its brutal nature and eventual abolition, the legacy of harakiri remains a poignant reminder of Japan's rich and complex past. Today, the practice of harakiri is no more, but its legacy lives on. In the hustle and bustle of contemporary Japan, a world of high-speed trains and neon-lit skyscrapers, the ritual of harakiri seems like a distant echo from a bygone era. Yet it's impossible to ignore the significant influence this ancient practice has had on Japanese culture. Even though harakiri is no longer practiced, it's heavily referenced in various forms of Japanese art and expression. It has carved a niche in Japanese literature, where tales of the samurai's ultimate sacrifice for honor still captivate readers. These stories often grapple with themes of duty, honor, and the harsh consequences of failing to uphold these values. In the cinematic world, harakiri continues to be a riveting plot element. A number of films have portrayed the ritual in all its dramatic intensity, offering a visual exploration of this complex tradition. From classic samurai movies to contemporary anime, the image of the samurai choosing death over dishonor is a recurring motif, symbolizing the weight of personal honor and societal expectations. Even in popular culture, references to harakiri are not uncommon. While these references are often made in a historical context, they serve as a reminder of the values that once shaped Japanese society. Today's perspective on harakiri is understandably complex. While it's considered a gruesome and outdated practice by many, there's no denying its historical significance. Some view it as a testament to the samurai's unwavering commitment to their code, while others see it as a stark reminder of the often brutal expectations placed upon individuals by societal norms. In the grand tapestry of Japanese history, harakiri is a thread that weaves in and out, leaving behind a trail of stories, traditions, and cultural impact. As we look back, we're reminded of the extraordinary lengths to which individuals would go to preserve their honor, and the profound influence these actions have had on Japan's cultural landscape. Harakiri, a ritual born of honor and loyalty, continues to intrigue and fascinate us. Its legacy, like the samurai's code, remains unbroken. So, what have we learned about harakiri? We've traced its origins back to a time of honor and sacrifice, exploring the intricate rituals that surrounded this act of self-inflicted demise. We've seen how it was more than just a method of death, but a deeply ingrained part of Japanese culture, embodying a code of honor that transcended life itself. We've also witnessed the decline of harakiri, its abolition in the late 19th century, and the reasons behind this. Yet, despite its official end, we've glimpsed its shadow in contemporary Japan, subtly influencing aspects of modern society. In a nutshell, harakiri represents a complex tapestry of tradition, honor, and societal expectations, a fascinating slice of history that continues to intrigue and inspire. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe for more fascinating insights into world cultures. Until next time, stay curious.